So what we're going to do to reinforce the connections is take your hot glue gun and just dump some hot glue by where the connections are. And then the control board. And the other matrix driver. Then we're going to move on to the switch for the power supply. Just cover these contacts with some hot glue. This will keep the wires from breaking off and causing a problem later. Now we're going to reinforce the connections that go to the matrix. So again, you just want to just dump some hot glue where the wires go, and hopefully that keeps them intact and keeps them from not breaking, because when they break, you have some problems that you have to fix. And nobody wants to fix this kit after it's been made, right? So we're just going to go ahead and hot snot all of these connections. Then I'm also going to go ahead and do the connections to the matrix driver board. And then the other matrix driver board. Alrighty, so now we went ahead and reinforced all of the connections, and now let's make sure we didn't ruin anything. Alright, so we're going to move on to installing the little Bluetooth adapter onto this board. So here's the little Bluetooth adapter module thing, and to connect it to the board, all I do is just kind of jam it in here. Okay, like that, and then we're going to bend it forward and bend the pins more or less straight. And we're just going to go ahead and solder that into place. And now that that's soldered into place, we're going to go ahead and trim these off. Wear eye protection, because these kind of hurt if they touch your eye. Alright, well, that's that. You can also take some hot glue and jam it in here to keep this thing from wobbling, but it kind of works as is. So to test this, you'll need a smartphone. So I'm going to go ahead and power on the whole LED kit and yada yada. The animations are going over here, so everything's fine. If you look down here, you'll see this little red LED blinking, meaning that this Bluetooth module is trying to connect to a device. So in order to connect to that, you're going to need your Android smartphone. So when you want the app, send a BT term. By the way, I'll post a separate video on showing how all this works. This is just a quick video to test that this thing works. So I'll have a separate video that shows all the features, settings, etc., that you can do with Bluetooth. So we're going to go here, blah, blah, connect to, select, scan, and you're going to, probably the first one you see is going to be the Bluetooth module. So I'm just going to click this, and then press connect, blah, blah, blah. It's going to ask us to pair with Guyman LED Kit. So that's the name of the little Bluetooth module that comes with the kit. And the password is 1234, okay, yada yada. And we're connected, data, and let's see. So if we change the mode, we should get the mode number on the phone. Sorry that my stupid camera can't focus, but... oh, there we go. And there we go, we have all the modes coming up as you press the push button. So there's that. So we went ahead and verified that the Bluetooth module works and that everything is in a pretty much proper working order, including the Bluetooth module, the mode control button, the matrix, everything works. So now we're going to move on to painting the backside of the LED matrix. So the reason to paint the backside of this matrix is to minimize light that comes off the backside of these LEDs. Since these LEDs are clear, there's some light leakage from the backside of the LED. So if you paint these, you'll minimize that light that's coming out of the LED and going straight into your eyes when you mount this in a helmet. So what we're going to do is we're going to take black acrylic paint and we're going to paint the backside of all of these LEDs. You could skip this step, but I mean, you might as well do it because it's kind of annoying to have a bunch of light in your eyes. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and switch this thing off. So for this step, you'll need your black acrylic paint, paintbrush, and a paint holder. So what you want to first do is take your matrix and place it into the LED holder. And this will keep paint from getting on the front side of the LED display. And you can take your paint and just paint the back side of each one of these LEDs. So I went ahead and painted all of these LEDs, and I've let them dry overnight so the paint is now dry, and we should be able to fix up any extra paint that came off of the LEDs. So as you can see, I have gotten some paint on the front side of these LEDs, and it's kind of easy to take it off. All you need is like some sort of metal tool, like an X-Acto knife or some tweezers, and you could just pick up the paint and it will come off of the front of the LEDs, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up the front side of all these LEDs, and I'm going to take off all of the paint. So you can also use an alcohol prep pad to clean up some small spots of paint that you don't really want to scrape off with tweezers and or X-Acto knife. So I'm going to go over with some alcohol pads at the end of this, just to get any tiny little paint splatters off. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned up all the LEDs as much as I can, and now we're going to move on to bundling up all of these side wires into one neat group. For this part you'll need a roll of electrical tape and scissors. So what we're going to do is we're going to first cut a strip of electrical tape about 1/2 inch in length, and then we're going to take a couple wires, I don't know, however this many is, and we're going to pull them up and we're going to bundle them together with the electrical tape, like so. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to try to keep it even. And then I'm going to move up along the wires, and I'm going to bundle more wires together, and I'm going to take these wires and pinch them here, and I'm going to add a strip here. So I went ahead and bundled up all the wires up until the very top, and this matrix is pretty much ready to install, except we have one more thing to do. So we need to kind of glue these battery packs together in order to make this kit a little bit easier to use. So there are two ways you can affix the battery packs. You could either do it this way, which will make a long battery pack, or you could affix it this way, which will make a kind of a stubby battery pack. And I think I like this way a little bit better than the other one. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take some hot glue, pour it over here, pour some over here, sandwich these together, and they'll be good to go. And then you probably want to glue the switch to somewhere on the battery pack to keep it from getting broken off or ripped off, or, you know, a lot of other bad things could happen to it. So let's see. I think I'm going to glue mine like this. Now that looks like a pretty good spot for it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down right here. And I'm going to glue down some of these wires so they're not flapping around in the breeze. I'm also going to go ahead and glue down the places where the wires come out of the battery pack, because these could also break off. And finally, I think I'm going to glue down the wires that go off to the matrix to the battery pack to keep these from breaking off. Let's see. How about something like this? So now everything is done. The battery pack is more or less put together, and the LED display works, and everything is ready to mount in a helmet. So I'll show how to mount this in a different video. It's not that difficult, but that is for another video. So thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you have luck building this kit. I hope you kind of have fun making it. I know I had fun designing it, and it is my hope that you guys enjoy making it. So yeah, stay tuned for the install of this in a helmet and a video showing the animations, in addition to showing all of the settings available through Bluetooth and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it for the actual hardware assembly of this matrix, and see you in the future. Take care. Bye.